I was ready to just give up. Like I just wanted to die rather than keep doing what I was doing because I didn't know that there was another way.
Addiction is a vicious cycle.
And I would clean up for as long as I needed to, and I would get my daughter back, and then I would start using again.
And Charlie Toller is walking away from this life. She's one of more than 100 women recovering from drug dependency with the help of a program called Simply Grace.
They say that we have a spiritual void inside of us, and that's what we feel with the drugs and alcohol.
Residence homes in Tyler, Plano, and Garland provide a safe, structured environment for women to rebuild their lives and broken relationships with God.
You know, God, if you just do this for me, or God, if you get me out of this, I swear I'll stop doing this, or, you know, just like those foxhole prayers that people talk about. That's the only time I talk to God.
Helping them put the pieces back together is Anika Cooper.
So I am a recovering addict.
After her own battle with drug and alcohol addiction, she says this calling came from a moment of weakness, desperate for strength.
I cried out to God. I'll never forget. I was in my room at 15 years in recovery, and I cried out to God and said, either you take this from me or you take my life. And I think it was such an earnest and honest prayer. And within a week, God had really given me, I woke up and I had a vision to open a home for women. I didn't know exactly where that was taking me, where it was going, but that's when Simply Grace started.
The program involves a 12-step meeting every day, chores in the home, drug testing, and job searches. Women undergo financial skills training and meet with social workers.
God used all of those things for the good and has allowed me, because I can be a lot more understanding about when these women go through struggles, because I've been through every struggle that they go through.
This compassion, love, and understanding comes from Cooper's grandmother, who opened her home as Anika struggled with cocaine and methamphetamines.
And she just always loved me. And that's where my inspiration came from, is because she literally gave me grace. She was my first form of God's love, of seeing God's love.
That saving grace is helping women like Charlie find their faith and purpose in life.
You know, I just know that today, you know, my God is a loving God and He's a forgiving God. And that I have a relationship with Him, and I pray every day to live in His will and not in my own.
Focused on the road ahead, her daughter Peyton, and a new future. Lane Luckie, East Texas News Weekend.